Right, so this was a weird but fun episode of Go Rush. This sees another entity created from Curry. This time we have CPU. Plus, I'm grateful for all of the amazing Park expressions that we got delivered in this episode. Especially that one where she's trying not to laugh at the Curry Bun Yuki moment. That was super cute. Hello everyone and welcome to Dueling with Downton, and today we're talking all things episode 113 of the Yu-Gi-Oh! Go Rush anime series. An episode that was just average, but it does also help to clear up a couple of things. So let's dive into it. So the main takeaway / point of value within this episode was the fact that the Vulgarians are all in the Dark Matter Empire zone. This is in the form of their t-shirt state. Now this key detail tells us a few things. Firstly, the Vulgarians aren't dead. Once their life force depleted, they got collected by someone and thus arranged in this manner. Obviously, this now means that we need to find out who it was that actually did this. Was it the Dark Meister or was it somebody else? And secondly, it tells us how Zuijo got to the Dark Matter Empire, as the hole in the sphere was most likely created because Zuijo somehow was revived. This too is important as it tells us there is another way to revive the Vulgarians in their t-shirt state other than using Earthdamar, as we don't know any other Earthdamar existing within the Dark Matter zone except for Danamu. And Danamu wasn't in that area when Zuijo came back. Now it's likely that it's still connected to Danamu in terms of winning 8 times against the Dark Men, but that's not been confirmed yet. Now although that was the more important thing revealed in this episode, I did like however seeing Zuijo experimenting within the Dark Matter zone, as this hints at him trying to create a plan, but more importantly it shows character building for Zuijo. Seeing how he made a sculpture of his favourite monster, and is thinking about attack names. These things are wholesome, but they add more character depth to him. He loves udon, and I like how he managed to actually create a entity like CPU, because that shows off his creative mind and his brilliance. But also, it does make the question of how. Does Zuijo's ship have one of those fusion sort of machines on there? His ship doesn't seem that big. Then again, these Vulgarian ships can shrink and morph, basically. Who knows? On the topic of CPU, I like the continuation of the computer-based puns / naming schemes. At first, I thought this was CPT, but flopped with the gender roles as a result of it absorbing Yuki's clothing with the absorbing machine when fusing everything together. But no, we see CPT with the Dark Meister at the end of this episode. It was cool seeing how they both though do share this sort of playful trickster-like personality, although with CPU, things are a bit more harmless, where CPT clearly wants to be more aggressive and inflict physical pain on our heroes. Another thing that I thought was really cool from this episode though was seeing just how we could interact with the Dark Matter material, and seeing how flexible and craftable this thing actually is. Okay, the whole skit with them trying to eat sushi with it was a little bit redundant because you could tell that although it looks like something, it won't actually have those properties. But at the same time, it was harmless, so we just rolled with it. But I do wish that this opens up more avenues for us to explore the Dark Matter material in the future and see it being used further. Maybe if it's fused with Earthdamar, it could actually have the properties of the thing it's meant to have. And the little hot air balloon sort of idea from Manabu was still pretty cool as well. And on the topic of Manabu, if you're friends with him and you are based on any type of food, then please do not be friends with this character, because eventually he will fold and he will try and eat you. Talking about you, Margato, run. Overall, this episode was around about 7 minutes worth of important information, and the rest of it was just light-hearted build-up for what's to come. And overall, it was a bit of a skippable episode, but I did like it. It was a nice little sort of breather, and yes, I know we got that with the previous episode with Danamu, But at the same time, we're building up, we're making our way to the Dark Castle, so let's hope that things get rolling in the next episode. Other than that though, let me know your thoughts in the comments down below, and if you enjoyed this episode, have a great day, alligator, matane, goodbye.